Welcome to another Vixa romance audiobook. We're excited to have you join us. Whether you're into second chance romance, enemies to lovers, fake marriage, or any other trope, Vixa offers you the chance to escape into stories that will carry you away into heart-pounding romance and gripping characters. While we want to get you the full experience, some parts of this audiobook are abridged to stay abreast of YouTube's community guidelines. If you want the full experience, you can always head to Vixa Romance and use code VIXA40 to get the unabridged version of this audiobook for 40% off. Now sit back and enjoy the show.
Chapter 1. Sapphire. I'm really sorry, baby. I just don't feel good. Oh, Jason, it's okay. Get some rest. How I wish I'm there to take care of you. I put on a nice pair of white pearl earrings as I talk to my fiancé Jason on the phone. We're supposed to go to one of my charity events tonight, but he's sick, so he's canceling at the last minute. I hope he feels better soon. I feel bad, Sapphire. I know this is important to you, Jason says on the line, his voice sounding weak. It's fine, I try to assure him, although I feel disappointed myself. Don't worry about me, okay? All right, see you tomorrow? He asks. Yes, I reply. Good night, Jason. Good night, Sapphire. I hang up the phone and look at myself in the vanity. With toffee-colored skin, brown eyes, long, curly black hair, and an hourglass figure, everyone tells me I should be a model. But no, that's not for me. I actually like doing something more significant. I prefer organizing charity events, which will help the needy and less fortunate. It makes me feel good to know I'm putting my talents to good use. I apply some mascara on my long lashes and some red lipstick as a statement. When I'm satisfied with my makeup, I stand and take an overall look at my outfit. I'm wearing a white pantsuit and a pair of black heels for tonight's event. I tie my hair in a low ponytail to make the look more informal. I take one last glance at myself in the mirror before grabbing my purse and heading for the door. I stare at my 3 cars, contemplating which one I should drive tonight. I choose the red Bentayga V8 and start to drive away. This car matches my lips perfectly. I drive my car through the busy streets of New York. I find this relaxing most of the time, especially when I see the lights and the tall skyscrapers of the city. I also like watching people as they walk toward different directions in a hurry, as if not a minute should be wasted. The security guard tells me the event has been canceled as I arrive. This night just keeps getting better and better. Good evening, Miss Finley. The guard greets me. I'm sorry for the late notice, but the event has been canceled due to a gas leak. Really? Is everything okay now? I ask, feeling anxious. Yes, ma'am. We're just taking some extra precautions so the building will remain closed for a few more days, he says apologetically. I understand. Well, I guess I should just go back home. I bid him goodbye and start driving again. On my way home, I decide to drop by Jason's condo. I don't bother sending Jason a text to say I'm coming. I want to surprise him, so I go straight to his condo and open the door using the keys he gave me. What is going on here? Nothing prepares me for what I see. On the floor are scattered articles of women's clothing and a pair of pants that clearly belong to Jason. I should know because they were a gift from me. I feel my throat constricting and my heart beating fast against my chest. No, this can't be. I put a hand over my mouth to stop myself from screaming. I continue to walk toward Jason's room and slowly open the door, careful not to make any noise. There I find Jason sitting up on the bed, his back against the headboard. The woman grinding on top of him has her back to me so I can't see her face. She has shoulder-length brown hair, which kind of looks familiar. The woman moans as she moves her hips in circles, calling out Jason's name. What a tramp. Oh God, Jason, you're so big, she says breathlessly. The woman's moans are so loud, I'm pretty sure the neighbors can hear her. He is, isn't he? I say in a voice clear enough for the two of them to hear. The woman shrieks and they suddenly scram like little rats trying to get into safety. As soon as the woman turns to face me, my heart drops. It's my friend Martha, who's supposed to be one of my bridesmaids. Traitor. Are you so desperate that you went after my man, Martha? I ask in a calm voice. She tries to cover herself with a blanket, which just makes her look more pathetic. Baby, Jason butts in. I can explain. It's not what it looks like. Oh, really? I sneer at him. It's not what it looks like? I graduated with Latin honors, Jason. What do you take me for? I can't believe the audacity of these two. For a few minutes, nobody dares to speak. I compose myself and address Jason. Besides, a person doesn't have to be smart to realize what you're doing. I'm trying my best to remain calm, but I really want to slap his face. It's as if he can read my mind, for he suddenly steps back to cover himself with a pillow. Why did you two stop? I mock. Please continue. I'm not the one who's wary of intimacy. I even watch porn. I smirk at them. Martha looks like she's about to cry. Too late for that. She looks at Jason as if asking for help, and I can't help but call her out. I feel sorry for you, Martha. What do you think will happen to you after this? I ask as I take my phone out. Sapphire, please, she begs, as tears stream down her eyes. Martha's a beautiful woman, but she doesn't look like it now. Please, what? I raise an eyebrow at her. I'm sorry, it was a mistake, she says in between sobs. I roll my eyes at the pathetic excuse. You know what? I think I'll take a souvenir. I hold my phone steady in my hand and snap a photo. Jesus, Sapphire! Jason exclaims. What's that for? Picture perfect, I say sarcastically. To make sure you're not accepted in New York's party scene again. I give them one last smile before leaving with my head held high. I have nothing to be ashamed of. I hear Jason calling me, but I ignore him. I immediately leave his condo and head for the elevator. Breathe, Sapphire. As soon as I get out of Jason's building, my legs suddenly turn to jelly. Tears are threatening to fall from my eyes, and they do before I can even stop them. Jason can go screw himself. I'm Sapphire Finley, and I don't need an awful, unfaithful man in my life. Better to know now than after the wedding. It's his loss, not mine. But is it really?
Chapter 2, Cameron. The elevator door finally opens at the ground floor lobby of our company, Techno Life Innovations, one of the country's IT giants. I sigh while taking off my navy blue suit and undo the first 2 buttons of my shirt as I step outside. The lady at the front desk approaches me with the black leather jacket I left with her earlier and assists me in wearing it. She then takes my suit and goes back to her station as 2 guards open the glass doors for me. A man wearing a dark brown suit is standing and waiting for me outside, with my Harley-Davidson motorcycle parked behind him. Taylor, my personal and most trusted driver who has been with me since I started working at Techno Life Innovations, sometimes does some of my errands too. Come to think of it, I might as well call him my all-around personal assistant. Here's your key, sir, says Taylor as he hands me my motorcycle key. I've loaded her up, so no need to stop at any gas station, sir, he adds. Full tank? I ask as I grab the key from him. Full tank indeed, sir, he replies, handing me my black helmet. I'll be sure to have a long ride by myself today. I smirk as I hop on my motorcycle and grab the helmet from Taylor. I'm glad the meeting's finally over, I comment as I put on my helmet. Anything else, sir? Taylor asks. No. If anything else comes up, I'll let you know. Thanks, Taylor. I smile. I put down the windshield of my helmet and step on the gas. Rock on, baby! I'm finally on the road with my favorite Harley-Davidson motorcycle. It's been a while since I took a ride without thinking about anything else, not work and not girls. I'm thankful Taylor has filled the fuel tank so I don't need to be bothered by stopping at a gas station and being surrounded by a swarm of paparazzi. As I turn right on Madison Avenue, I see a black woman by the roadside with her head down and in her hands. Is she okay? Why is she alone? I hit the brakes, pull over beside her, and take off my helmet. This person looks familiar. Hey, you okay? Are you lost? I ask. The woman looks at me and I see her puffy eyes full of tears. Cameron? She asks, her voice hoarse as she wipes her tears away. Holy crap, Sapphire! I yelp as I turn off my motorcycle's engine and hop off. What are you doing here? What the hell happened? The public can't see you looking like this, I tell her as I cover her with my jacket. I can't believe my eyes. It's Sapphire Finley, daughter of Martin Finley, owner of Finley Connections, an internet giant handling apps and browsers. And not only that, she's the ever-wonderful Miss New York. 5 years have passed, but her brown, almond-shaped eyes are still the most beautiful things I've ever seen. I can't deny my heart skipped a beat when our eyes met the first time we met. Truth be told, she still moves me whenever her bow-shaped lips curve into a smile, even on camera. Damn it, am I still in love with her? Memories replay in my head as I remember that Sapphire is the first woman I've ever been in love with. Or maybe the only woman I've ever truly loved. Well, secretly, anyway. No one knew about it, not even Taylor. Maybe that's the reason I have a hard time forgetting her. It took me 5 years to move on and bury everything, including my feelings for her. But I guess those 5 years failed me because now everything keeps rushing back to me. Sapphire and I went to the same international high school. Her parents are friends with mine. I hated my parents, though. I learned to fight at a very young age because of them. They abused me a lot when I was still young and innocent. My father was an alcoholic and my mother was a gold digger who didn't care for me at all. She only saw me as a way to secure her place and get what she thinks she's entitled to. My grandparents took pity on me and, thankfully, they pulled me out of my parents' hell house. But they didn't care for me either. Paying for my education was the only thing they did for me. I never received any love or comfort from my family. Not from my grandparents, and definitely not from my parents. None. At least I got an education thanks to my grandparents' money. If nothing else, it allowed me to get away from them. My teenage years were a trial. I was a good-for-nothing. Partied almost every night. Broke a lot of rules. I also started racing in those years. It let me release my frustrations and allowed me to make money, too. I was so depressed at what I was going through with my family. I acted out in the worst way. I was the bad boy on campus. Well, not with Sapphire. Sapphire and I were study partners back then. She was popular, not just because of her eye-catching looks, but also because of her intelligence. She was not only a straight-A student, but excelled in all aspects. Even though I was known to be a bully, Sapphire was kind to me. She even helped me study and get good grades. She was the only person who could make me go inside a library. One night my anxiety struck, and I heard voices in my head saying I'm not good enough, that I'll never be successful, that I'll always be a devil, etc. It hit me hard and made me realize I might end up hurting Sapphire, something I never want to happen. So the next day, I started avoiding her and I stopped talking to her. That was also the day I buried the only real love I've felt for someone else in my entire life. Sapphire is the only good thing that has ever happened in my life. I've kept tabs on her all these years and can't seem to let her go. But I did what I thought was right back then. Now she has a great career. I'm proud of her for doing charity stuff and helping a lot of people. I'm happy for her success. I was even happy for her when she got engaged. Hearing the news of her engagement 5 years ago was what pushed me to forget about her. That was the last thing I knew about her. Damn, she's been engaged for quite some time now. Guess she's still busy with her career. Wait, this is her fiancé's condo. I know because Jason's network company is about to work with mine. Why is she out here alone and crying? What the hell happened?
Chapter 3. Sapphire, What? Is this for real? Am I really looking at Cameron Davis? Wow. I'm surprised to see him. I can't recall when the last time we met was. All I remember is we were friends in high school. He was even my study partner back then. Cameron sure has changed a lot since. I do know he's become one of the richest men in New York. I can't help but see his image in the newsstands or on TV from time to time, but I didn't realize how much more muscular he's become. His shirt looks great on him. It emphasizes his biceps really well. Great. A handsome guy is beside me, and now I'm embarrassed about crying on the side of the road. Oh my God, I'm sorry. I apologize as I wipe my tears and hold myself back from crying. I'm such a crybaby. I laugh and sob at the same time. No, it's fine. It's totally fine. He replies. Go ahead and cry it all out, he adds. Thanks for the jacket. I tell him, damn, this jacket smells so good. I bet it's absorbed all Cameron's scent. I can't help but take secret little sniffs. You can keep it if you want, he says with a smile. Oh, I'll definitely keep it. So what happened? He asks curiously. For some reason, I find myself unable to answer him. I can feel a little pinch in my heart and tears pour out from my eyes. Damn it, I'm crying. Again. Cameron puts his hands on my face and looks at me. I'm sorry for asking, he says as he wipes my tears. Do you want to go for a ride? He asks. Come on, I know a place. I hesitate and look away from him for a few seconds. What would people think when they see me with another man? And it's Cameron Davis, one of New York's biggest and baddest boys. Well, according to rumor, anyway. Oh, screw it. I look back at Cameron's golden hazel eyes, smiling at him and nodding my head in agreement. After all, I need space to breathe after catching my erstwhile ex-fiancé in such a bad scene. We both stand up, and Cameron unties the spare helmet from the back of his motorcycle. He puts it on me and locks it before fixing the jacket I'm wearing as well. He hops back on while booting back the motorcycle's kickstand, and holding the right throttle with his right hand, he extends his left hand for me. Why does he look like Prince Charming assisting his princess while she steps on the carriage? What's wrong? He asks. Nothing, I answer. Look, if you don't want to do this, I can just give you a ride home, he says as he puts down his left hand. Thanks, I actually have my car with me, I reply. Oh, okay then. Let me just help you remove your... He starts, but I quickly cut in. No, it's not that I don't want to do this. It's my first time riding a bike, I confess. Don't worry, I'll be gentle. He smiles assuringly, holding out his hand to me again. My mind instantly goes to something not so innocent. Stop it, Sapphire. I grab his left hand, using it to hop on the bike and sit behind him. He then starts the engine. Are you ready? He asks. Yeah, I answer as I slide down my helmet's windshield. Here we go. For my first ride ever, I add hesitatingly. Cameron slides down his own helmet's windshield before finally stepping on the gas. I quickly wrap my arms around his waist as the motorcycle starts to move. Whoa there! After a second or so, I'm over the initial shock. I don't know if it's the speed we're traveling or the feel of his bulked up chest under my hands, but the ride is exhilarating. This feels amazing. Riding a motorcycle around New York is a great idea. I can see more of the city, accessing streets I don't get to pass every day. I usually ride a limousine or drive myself to places I need to be. 20 minutes later, Cameron stops and pulls over. I hop out of the motorcycle and take off my helmet quickly. I walk closer to the edge of the viewing area and smile as the beautiful scene is laid out right before my eyes. Wow, what is this place? I smile. Sapphire, may I present you the Hudson River Bridge? He answers as he hops out of the motorcycle. placing his helmet on the handlebars. I didn't know such a place existed, I reply. Well, you're Miss New York, so you have to see this. Thanks for bringing me here, Cameron. I'm glad I agreed to this, I tell him. Cameron doesn't say anything. It's so beautiful, I exclaim. Yes, it's very beautiful, he agrees. I turn around and catch him looking and smiling at me before quickly looking away. I notice his Adam's apple go up and down in a jerky motion, as if he just swallowed something. I smile as I keep gazing at him. I definitely miss looking into his eyes. He still styles his blonde hair short and messy. Definitely a bad boy's hairstyle. I remember pinching his cheeks whenever he gave me a wrong answer back then. Cameron looked like an angel to me, even though I knew he was a bully. I saw the good side in him when everyone thought he was the devil incarnate. Come again, Cameron? I smile. The Hudson. Beautiful. Bridge. I interrupt him by pinching his left cheek and laughing. Ouch! Hey! What's that for? He yelps as he rubs up his cheek. Your answer is wrong, I reply. But why did you pinch me? He asks as he keeps rubbing his cheek with his hand. Because your answer is wrong, I answer emphatically. And so, why do you have to? He stops and smiles as he remembers, and we both laugh. I can't believe I'm able to smile and laugh again so soon. Cameron indeed saved me. I move closer to him, and I can see his cheek has turned red from my earlier pinch. I rub it with my hand as I gaze into his eyes. You saved me, I smile. Well, I'm glad I can make you happy, he replies unabashedly. In an instant, everything that happened earlier which hurt me is gone. I've heard a lot of rumors that Cameron is a bad boy, but how the hell does he make everything okay? It's so ironic when you think about it. Screw it. I will be a bad girl just this once. I pull his face to me and kiss him passionately. He kisses me back and puts his hands on my waist. Wrapping my hands around his neck, I pull him even closer to me. The view is perfect. The ambiance is perfect. Indeed, this is an awesome sight.
Chapter 4. Cameron. Well, I'm glad I can make you happy, I tell her, smiling. It's like we're back in high school, almost like junior prom. I definitely miss looking into her brown, almond-shaped eyes. I'm proud to say I always made Sapphire happy back then. She appreciated everything, even the littlest things. Sapphire rubs my cheeks with her hand. It hurt a lot and turned a painful red. But it feels so much better now, thanks to her soft hand. She's staring and smiling at me. I give her a smile in return, finding myself drowning as I look into her eyes. I wonder what she's thinking right now. All I know is I don't want this moment to end. I definitely don't want to let her go this time. Knowing she's engaged to someone else hurts me. What more once she ties the knot with Jason? Now why is she looking at my lips? She holds my face with both hands and pulls me closer. Suddenly she closes her eyes and places her lips on mine. She kisses me, and it sure is a passionate one. What is happening? I can't believe this. What is she thinking? My eyes are wide, and I can't fathom what's happening. It almost makes me stop breathing. Sapphire Finley is kissing me. I close my eyes and put my hands on her waist as I kiss her back. She then wraps her arms around my neck, pulling me even closer to her. I can feel her against my chest. It's so hard to resist her kisses. She's not stopping, and I don't think she's thought this through. She runs her fingers through my hair. I never let anyone touch my hair. Not even the girls I've screwed for. It annoys me. But with Sapphire, it just feels so good. I should stop. Should I? Or maybe I should stop thinking too much and just enjoy it. Wait, what the hell am I thinking? She's engaged. And to a man I'm going to work with soon, too. Things might become weird. For sure I can't be thinking about his wife to be kissing me. I don't know what to do, and I definitely don't know what's wrong with her. Maybe she's sad about what happened earlier. The way she's acting is completely out of character. I know her, and she's the type of person who detests betrayal and dishonesty. Damn it, all right. I love her. I love her enough to know I should stop kissing her. I love her, and I don't want to hurt her. I love her, and she doesn't deserve a man, a playboy like me. I love her, and I want her to be happy. I love her so much I'm willing to let her go, marry the man she loves, and move on with her life. I love her so much that being her friend is enough. This is it. I have to let her go. I open my eyes, but as I'm about to push her away from me, she opens her mouth wider and touches my lips with her tongue. Well, there go my best intentions. I open my mouth and allow her tongue access, closing my eyes when her tongue touches mine. Instead of pushing her away, I pull her even closer to me, leaving no space between us. Damn it! Now I don't want to stop. I don't want to stop at all. Next thing I know is we're seriously making out. It makes her moan when I wrestle her tongue with mine. Hers is the juiciest I've ever tasted in my life. Her tongue doesn't give an inch. My hands slide down to her perfectly shaped butt. I caress it slowly and squeeze tight. She moans as I kiss her neck. She continuously runs her fingers on my hair. Everything feels so good right now. Oh my God, we're making out, she says breathlessly. I moan as I reply, yes, I've been waiting so long for this to happen. What? She asks, holding my face and pulling it away from her neck. I mean, you're beautiful, Sapphire, I answer while kissing her lips hard. I slip my tongue inside her mouth and lick her as deeply as I can. Kissing her roughly makes her moan even louder. Our tongues are now fighting against each other even harder than before. She jumps to me and I grab her thighs as she wraps her legs around my waist. She grips my head so tightly, hard enough to give me goosebumps. She wraps her hands around my neck, like she doesn't want to let go. Our bodies are already close to each other, but she keeps caressing my back and pulling me even closer to her body. Damn it. My meat is awake. I can feel the warmth of her against my chest, and a minute later, the heat emanating from her core scorches my crotch. Even though my manhood is hard right now, I refuse to entertain any thoughts about screwing her. I love her, and I don't want to take advantage of the situation. Screw it. Who am I kidding anyway? I'm New York's biggest and baddest playboy. Of course I'll do her if the opportunity's there. But all I want right now is to savor this moment. So I stay and kiss her as much as I can. I can actually do this all day. My pants are getting tight.
Chapter 5. Sapphire. I jump on him and wrap my legs around his waist. He braces himself and supports my whole weight, holding both my thighs. I can feel his ab muscles straining against me. I caress his back with my hands as I pull him closer to me. I know there's barely any space between us, but it's not close enough. I want more. I want to forget. And I definitely want him. Maybe he can help me. He's a bad boy after all. Maybe he thinks I'm a bad girl too, for kissing him even though I'm engaged. Well, lucky for him, that's not true any longer. I've been a good girl all these years. I take everything seriously because I know that will take me to success. Right now, I'm out of my comfort zone, deliberately kissing a playboy and damning the consequences. I want to make love to him. No, wait. I want to screw. I want him to screw me. After all, Cameron was my first crush, and he will always have a special place in my heart. I want to surrender myself to him. Poor Jason, he has no idea what he's missing. I'm at the point where I want to hump hard against his abs and have him slather kisses all over my chest. I make my first move, slowly pressing against his body. I hope he understands my signals since I'm really getting turned on right now. I need this. I need some real love, and I need it right now from Cameron. He kisses my neck again. I grip the back of his head tightly to urge him on. He then squeezes my butt in response. Do me, I tell him. Cameron stops kissing my neck and looks at me. Do me, Cameron, I repeat. He smirks and kisses me on the lips. "Not here," he replies, before putting me down and giving me one more passionate kiss. We quickly wear our helmets and hop back on the motorcycle. I wrap my arms around his waist and lean against his back, maintaining the closeness between us. Finally, I'll be making love for the first time in my life. Goodbye to the Virgin Miss New York. I want him so badly, and I wonder how it will feel to be screwed by a playboy like Cameron Davis. I try to tempt him even while he's driving. I rub my chest against his back. Sometimes, I get silly by wrapping my legs around him. It's great because it makes him laugh whenever I do it. I caress his chest with my hands. I slide my right hand down his pelvis and slowly touch him. The motorcycle skids a little, but he manages to hit the brakes. "Something wrong, Playboy?" I ask teasingly. "Nothing," he sighs. "Hold on." He steps on the gas again and we hurriedly continue on. 5 minutes later, he pulls over. We stop in the middle of an empty alley where there are no people and not a single car is passing by. We take off our helmets quickly and he kisses me hard. I kiss him back and wrap my arms around his neck. He finds his way to my butt and squeezes it very tightly. I can feel his thirst for me. He pins me against the wall, lifting my arms and keeping them there with his left hand. He kisses me on the neck as his right hand cups my chest. It feels so good. I wonder if we're really going to do it right here in this alley. He presses his body against mine. It seems like he wants me to feel him. After all, I was tempting him while we were on the road. Oh, I can feel it all right. And it's definitely hard. "Are we actually doing it here?" I ask him innocently. "No, silly," he replies as he continues kissing my neck. "But it seems like you want it now," he smirks before going back to kissing my lips. "Sorry, I just want you so bad," I tell him laughing. "I need you to screw me, Cameron. Screw me now," I add empathically. He finally frees my hands and puts his on my waist. "I know, I want to screw you too. I bet you're already wet down there," he replies as he kisses my neck one more time. "Oh, you bet I am." "Come on, let's go," he tells me, pulling his body away from mine and walking me back to the motorcycle. "Where are we going?" I ask as we strap on our helmets again. "To a place where I can take my pants off. It's getting tight," he replies as he immediately steps on the gas. He's driving so fast we almost beat a red light. I hug him tightly to me the entire ride. 10 minutes later, we arrive in front of his house. The gates open automatically for it can read Cameron's features and even detect his vehicles. He's the CEO of Technolife Innovations after all. He stops the motorcycle and parks it on his large driveway directly in front of the main door. We hop off, remove our helmets, and leave them there. His main glass door opens by voice command. The doors close automatically behind us as soon we enter. In the next moment, he has me pinned against the wall. He smirks and looks at me lustfully, gazing into my eyes. Oh my God, just screw me already.
Chapter 6. Cameron. I have her pinned against the wall and I still can't believe I'm about to screw the only woman I've ever truly loved. I'm about to screw Sapphire Finley. I kiss her slowly, and she surprisingly kisses me back fast and rough. I take off her jacket as she undoes the buttons of my shirt. She's kissing me torridly as her tongue tangles with mine. I can't believe how thirsty she is. I'm now half naked. She jumps on me, wrapping her legs around my waist as I grab her butt, and we make our way to the living room. I sit on the sofa while keeping her on top of me. She kisses me harder as she presses her body against mine, making me feel her big, voluminous chest. Suddenly, she starts humping me. Oh, damn, I can't take much more of this. Well, things are heating up again. You know what to do. Go to VixaVonRomance.com to get the dirty details that this platform won't put on the air. I know it sucks, but At least you can get a 40% discount with code VIXA40 to make up for it. Use it while it lasts and apply it to every digital product in your cart. Back to the story.
I hope you're enjoying this audiobook by Vixa Vaughn. If you want to keep hearing more audiobooks, then please hit that subscribe button and like the video. It may seem insignificant, but the more people that subscribe, the easier it is to produce more audiobooks in the future. So please help us out and subscribe to our channel. Thank you for listening, and now back to your book.
Chapter 7. Sapphire. I wake up with my whole body feeling sore. I turn around and I see Cameron lying beside me, naked. I then realize I'm naked as well. Oh yeah, I remember now. I'm not a virgin anymore. I smile and stare at him. He looks so innocent while he sleeps. It makes it hard to leave. But I have to keep in mind, he's still Cameron Davis, and I'm Sapphire Finley. We both have our own reputations and a swarm of paparazzi recording our every move. The public doesn't know about Jason's infidelity. If someone sees me with Cameron, it will be one hell of a scandal for sure. I don't want people to depict me as the one who cheated. It might affect both our careers. I get up gingerly from Cameron's bed. I can barely walk. I feel pain each time I make a step. Damn you, Cameron. You really screwed me last night, and you screwed me hard. I tiptoe out of his bedroom so as not to wake him up. I guess I'll have to endure this pain until I get home and lie on my own bed. But first, I need to find my clothes. Oh man, he ripped off my underwear. I'll get it anyway. I love that pair. It's one of my favorites. And hello, it's lace. I see my white pantsuit on the floor, putting it on even without underwear. Well, not like I have any choice. I pull out my phone and book an Uber as I go downstairs. I pin my drop-off to Jason's condo because my car is still in the parking lot of Jason's condo. I remember his door operates by voice command, and I'm sure he's the only one it can recognize. Damn it. I might trigger an alarm and wake up Cameron. Screw it. Just open, I whisper frustratingly. It recognizes my voice and the door's open. What the hell? How'd it open with my command? Maybe I sound like one of the girls he's brought home before. Whatever. The good thing is, the doors are open and I can finally leave this place. Oh, better not forget his jacket. It's mine now. He said I can keep it, right? It will be a good memento to remember him by. So I pick the jacket up off the floor, and I wear it, not wanting to be recognized at all. Not today. I step outside. My Uber arrives right as I step outside. The driver greets me as he opens the car for me. I hop in and he starts to drive. 20 minutes later, I arrive at Jason's condo. The driver opens the car for me again. 5 stars for this one. I get out of the car and immediately enter the elevator, pushing the button for the parking lot. The moment the elevator doors open, I step outside and run to my car. I unlock my car door and get in as fast as I can. I start it and promptly step on the gas, making a quick getaway. I don't want to be in this place ever again. This will be the last time I ever set foot in this place. Screw Jason, that philanderer. 2 minutes later, I sigh. I feel a lot better now. My whole body still feels sore though. I need to get home fast so I can finally get some rest. When I arrive 20 minutes later, I get out of the car and push the button to close the garage door. It's not voice activated, but it does the job. I enter my front door and place my keys in the bowl before I walk upstairs to my room on the 2nd floor. Damn it. Every step stings, and the stairs don't help at all. I step inside my bedroom and put my stuff on my bedside table. I take a quick bath and finally lie down on my comfy bed. Finally, I can get some rest. Suddenly, my phone rings. It's my dad. He always calls periodically to check on me. Hey there, my little sweet pea. my dad says in greeting. Hi, Dad, I reply. You sound like you're not well, my dear, he tells me. Oh, I'm just tired, I guess, I answer monotonously. Okay, speak up, sweet pea. What happened? He asks me. My dad is the sweetest. He knows me well and supports me in almost everything. All right, Dad, I sigh, giving in. But calm down, okay? I add. Sure, he agrees readily. Well, Dad, it's not a big deal. It's just that Jason cheated on me. I caught him with Martha last night. I tell my dad what happened, and he cuts in quickly. That bastard! I'm going to kill him, he says, shouting. Dad, I told you to calm yourself. I know, but I didn't expect this, he yells. I'm gonna get that little bastard. Just wait, he adds. Dad, come on. You don't need to do that. There's no point seeking revenge. I don't care about him anymore, I explain. Better now than after the wedding? No one hurts my little sweet pea, he tells me. You can come to my office anytime you want to talk, okay? He adds. Sure, Dad, I say, smiling into the phone. Right after I finish my obligations, I add. I love you, sweet pea, he exclaims. I love you too, Dad, I answer. The call ends. I place my phone back on the bedside table. I hear nothing but silence. A tear falls from my right eye. I remember all the happy days I spent with Jason. He supported me for half my pageant career. I never expected he would do this to me. He wasted my love for him. He wasted us. He wasted 5 years. How foolish of me to think I still love him despite the pain he caused me. He's killed all my love, and I'll never go back to him. 5 years. What a waste.
Chapter 8. Cameron. I wake up the next morning to see the other side of the bed empty. There's no Sapphire. I'm not surprised because she's good at sneaking out. Well, it's a given that she doesn't want to be seen with a man like me. I still have a reputation as New York's biggest and baddest boy. I guess I'll go back to work then. I get up and get ready, texting Taylor to pick me up because I'm too tired to drive this morning. 30 minutes later, a matty black Audi arrives and stops in front of the main door. Taylor gets out of the car and greets me as he opens the door for me. He then goes back to the driver's seat and steps on the gas. Do you want me to get you some coffee on our way, sir? Taylor asks, but I shake my head no before staring out the window. He then asks again, Is everything all right, sir? Are you not feeling well? While looking at me through the rearview mirror. I'm fine, I answer with a sigh. I don't know, Taylor. Do you remember Sapphire? I ask him. Sapphire Finley, Miss New York. What about her, sir? He inquires. Nothing. Never mind, Taylor, I tell him. All right then, sir, he answers. It seems like I can't stop thinking about Sapphire. Everything that happened yesterday flashes in my head. It was the best time I've ever had in my life. I'm still curious about why she was crying by the roadside. Maybe it's Jason. I take out my phone and dial Sarah's number. She works for a statistics company. Hey, Sarah. I'm wondering if you can get some data on Jason. I tell her, but she quickly cuts in. Sapphire's Jason, you mean? She asks. Yeah, that Jason, I reply. May I ask what this is for? She asks. Oh, it's nothing. My company will be working with his company soon. Just making sure everything is okay, and there's no problem that can occur, I explain. Okay then. I guess there's no problem with that, she replies. I'll personally work on it right away and I'll call you with my findings immediately, she adds. Thanks, Sarah, I answer before hanging up. 10 minutes later, we arrive at the office. Taylor opens the car door for me once again. I hop out and the guards greet me while opening the doors as I enter the building. The receptionist welcomes me as she approaches to assist me in removing my jacket. I walk to the elevator, stepping inside before the elevator closes and makes its way up. The elevator opens at the 28th floor where the executive offices are located. Everyone greets me as I make my way to my office. I'm assailed by the ringing of the phone the moment I reach my office. Sarah's calling. Well, that was fast. I toss my belongings haphazardly on the desk and take a seat on my black leather chair before picking up the phone. "Well, Sarah," I answer. "You won't believe what I found out," she replies. "Jason is a cheater," she yelps. "Really? And how do you know that?" I ask. "Well, it was so unexpected. I called Jason through his landline right after you hung up," she tells me. "Landline, huh? Kinda old school, but okay, go on," I interrupt her. "Right. Anyway, a woman picks up, so I assume it's Sapphire since they're engaged and everything, but I was wrong," she explains. "The lady got angry at my assumption and she shouts loud enough for me to hear, 'When are you going to tell everyone you're not engaged to Sapphire anymore?' And the line disconnects. I don't bother calling again. So that's what I got, Cameron. Is that what you needed? I have to go. I'm sorry, but I need to call Sapphire to make sure she's okay," she tells me hurriedly as she hangs up the call. What did I just hear? I'm so angry. I quickly stand up as I throw my phone down on the table hard, scattering the folders and spreading documents every which way. Some knickknacks fall to the floor with a loud thud. A few people run into my office to check what's happening. They gasp when they see the look on my face and the mess I've made. The sound makes Taylor come running in as well. "Cameron, sir!" he yelps. "What happened here?" I sigh deeply and catch my breath. From now on, we won't be working with Jason's network company. Ever. All deals are off, I announce. "You!" I point to an employee holding a tray of coffee. "I don't care if you're an intern or whatever. Make sure to let the managers know what I said. You hear me? Do it now!" I tell her as she nods her head and runs away quickly to do what I asked. Again, "All deals with Jason's company are off. Get back to work!" I shout, turning away. I hear the sound of footsteps rushing to return to their desks. "I'll get you some coffee." "Do you want it black, sir?" Taylor asks. "Black, please." I tell him and Taylor walks away to get my coffee. Just like what I'm going to do to that stupid Jason, I whisper to myself. I pick my phone up from the floor and call all my business partners. I share what I've learned and warn them about potential repercussions in their dealings with my company if they ever work with him again. Cheating, even in your personal life, is bad business. It shows a lack of judgment and morals, something no one wants to be associated with. This is what's good about the good old boys club of business leaders in the city. We draw ranks and protect our own when needed. You're blacklisted now, Jason. I wonder how you'll react. You betrayed the wrong girl, jerk-off. Now I know why she was crying last night. Sapphire doesn't deserve this. I won't let anyone hurt her again. Taylor comes in and hands me my coffee. I dial Sarah's number as I try to calm myself by staring at the window and taking in the view. "Hey, Sarah. Sorry for calling you again today, but you told me you were calling Sapphire, right?" I ask. "Yeah, why?" she answers. "I'm wondering if I can get her number." I tell her, we might call her for a meeting regarding, we might feature her," I clumsily explain. "All right, I'll send you her number right away," she answers. "Thanks, Sarah," I reply, and she hangs up. A few seconds later, Sarah forwards Sapphire's number to me. All right, I'll make Sapphire mine this time, and I'll make damn sure she'll be the happiest woman alive.
Chapter 9, Sapphire. Thankfully, I feel better when I wake up. The soreness in my body is gone. I pull the drawer of my bedside table open and take out my planner to see my schedule. What a surprise. Luckily for me, there's nothing for me to do today. No charity work, no appearances, nothing. A free day. I have the whole day to get more rest and stay in my comfy queen-sized bed. It's still too early for lunch, so I'll stay in bed for a few. I close and return my planner inside the drawer. As I turn the TV on, I catch the news channel's headline flash. Jason and Sapphire to Jason and Martha. Some clips of Jason and Martha being interviewed show across the screen. I throw the remote control and turn the TV off right away. Now that's a slap on my face. All of a sudden, I feel a pinch in my heart. I try to keep my tears at bay because I already cried for that bastard last night, but I can't help it. My throat strains from repressed tears, and the next thing I know, I'm crying. Again. Bastards. Why am I even crying? They did me a favor. They're both trash, so they belong together. My phone starts making a lot of noise as messages come pouring in from my friends and acquaintances. I switch on silent mode so I won't be bothered. Staring at my phone, all I see are messages expressing how sorry they are for me. This is something that shouldn't be affecting me negatively, so I need to get my life together. I'm a public figure, and women look up to me. I'm a strong and independent woman who doesn't need any man or any trash in my life. I open my phone and delete all the pictures of Jason, even the photo of him and Martha I took yesterday. I'm not keeping this kind of stupidity. It's negative karma. Seeing their engagement on the news is already a hard slap to my face. I feel better after deleting everything. I keep telling myself to expect the unexpected, but this one hurts a lot. Why did it have to happen? I sigh deeply. I pace around my bedroom, trying to keep myself distracted. It's my rest day after all, a rarity, and I don't intend to waste it. I lie back down on my bed as I scroll through the text messages. All of them are messages of sympathy. That's funny. There's a single text message from an unknown number. I tap it and it says, "Hey, this is Cameron. How are you holding up? Hoping to hear from you." "Hi, Cameron. I'm fine. Thanks. How did you get my number?" I reply. He instantly replies, "Well, I just got it from a friend. Statistically." Statistics, huh? That means he got it from Sarah. She works for a statistics company and helps me gather marketing data I need for my charity work. So Sarah is our common friend? I save Cameron's number on my phone. A few seconds later, my phone rings. Cameron's calling. I accidentally lose my grip in surprise. Why am I acting like this? It's just a simple phone call. I sigh. I slowly pick my phone up from the ground and answer after staring at Cameron's name for 5 seconds. "Hey you," Cameron greets softly. "Hi, Cameron," I reply. "How are you holding up?" he asks. "I'm fine," I answer monotonously. "Really?" he asks. "You don't sound fine," he adds. I sigh deeply. "What am I supposed to feel anyway?" I ask him pointedly. Hey, it's fine. You're entitled to feel what you need to feel. If you're not fine, well, then you're not fine, he tells me. You're only human. You're allowed to feel pain, and pain demands to be felt, he adds. I smile a little at that. "Yeah, I guess you're right," I reply. "That's wonderful to hear. Thanks, Cameron," I add. "Just want to make you happy," he answers. "So, statistically, huh?" "You got my number from Sarah, didn't you?" I ask him. "Lucky guess," he says. "You sure are smart, Sapphire," he adds with a chuckle. "Well, you might be forgetting I was a straight-A student, mister," I counter. "So, how did you and Sarah know each other? Does she work for your company?" I ask. "She did. We entered the office at the same time. Now that she works for a statistics company, and now that I'm the CEO of my own company, I call her sometimes as an outsource," he explains. "How about you? How did you two know each other?" he asks. "Oh, Sarah helps me gather data for the various charity programs I'm involved in for my reign. She sometimes helps me on site to get the work done. We've been close since I won the crown," I explain to him. "Well, then, I guess we have a common friend," he tells me. "Yeah, I guess so too," I reply. That's the first thing we have in common, I add, realizing that in all the years we've both lived in New York since high school, it's the first time we've come across a mutual friend. You mean the second? He exclaims. I'm shocked at his reference to taking my virginity, and I can't help but laugh. Cameron, for all his bad reputation, can be quite funny. I've always enjoyed his pointed comments. Next thing I know, I'm smiling from ear to ear. The news on TV forgotten. Cameron has done it again.
Chapter 10. Cameron. It's nice to hear you laugh again, I tell her. Yeah, it feels nice. For a second there, I thought I'd forgotten how. I have the whole day free, and I don't want to spend it crying, she answers. I can still hear the remnants of laughter in her voice. Oh, sorry for disturbing you. I probably should... I start to say, but she interrupts me. No, it's fine. I like talking to you. My heart softens, and I can't help but grin. Okay then, I say, encouraged. Well, hey, are you busy tonight? I ask her. No, I have nothing planned, she replies. Why do you ask? There's a house party at Carl's, and I wanted to ask you if you can be, I tell her hesitantly, but she interrupts me again. Yes, I'll be your date. I smile in relief after hearing her answer. Wow, okay then, I'll pick you up at... I start, but she cuts me off. No, don't bother. I'll see you there, she says to me. Okay. You know the place? Of course I do. The same Carl from high school? I didn't know you two kept in touch, she tells me. Oh, we do, I answer. The only person I didn't connect with was you. Well, I guess I was so busy joining pageants. I didn't connect with you as much as I should have, she says to me. Oh, it's getting late. I better start my day. See you later, Cameron, she adds. See you, Sapphire, I reply, and the phone call ends. I definitely can't wait to see her later. I smile widely while clearing the mess in my office. I even put on some music and dance like no one's watching. I'm happy, all right? After fixing my mess and finishing the workday, Taylor drives me to Carl's place and we get there an hour later. I stay inside the car for a while as I wait for Sapphire to arrive. A red car parks in front of my ride and I see Sapphire stepping out. I smile, telling Taylor, "That's her, Taylor. That's my Sapphire." I stare at her for a beat longer before stepping outside to meet her by the entrance. I approach her, offering my arm, and she grabs it with a smile. I'll make sure she has a great time tonight and show her the gentlemanly side of New York's bad boy. We enter Carl's place and immediately hear great music pumping through the speakers. Everyone greets us happily. I can hear some of the girls say they're happy to see Sapphire going out again, while some express surprise that she's here. She lets go of my arm and we both mingle with the other guests. A lot of people are telling me she's a good girl, and I know that. I assure them I don't dare hurt Sapphire. After all, she's the only woman in my heart. I'm never letting her go this time. The music shifts into an upbeat one, and most of the crowd are dancing now. I stare at Sapphire just as she looks into my eyes as well. I put down my beer and walk toward her, our gazes still locked on each other. My heart is pounding so quickly. I can't help but smile as I close the distance between us. I extend my hand. Dance with me?
Chapter 11. Sapphire. It's really nice to take a break and have some fun, even for one night. I've downed like 6 or 7 bottles of beer already, I guess. I'm not sure, but who cares? All I know is I'm having so much fun. Hell yeah, I'm drunk. And I'm starting to get horny, too. Suddenly, I catch Cameron staring at me. I look into his eyes lustfully as he finishes his drink and starts walking toward me. That's right, come to mommy. Cameron asks me to dance, and I immediately agree. He then takes me to the dance floor, and we both have such fun gyrating to the beat. I love dancing with him, and all the alcohol has made me giddy. I'm so drunk. I've taken a lot of shots, and for the first time, dare to try doing some body shots with my friends. Lick, 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 the people around us exclaim. Mostly, my girlfriends do it on my body. When it's the boys' turn, no one is brave enough. So it's always Cameron who ends up licking my body. I pour some more liquor, and the people are howling, "Come on, Cameron, lick it up, lick it up." Cameron is hesitant because a lot of people are watching us, but I know deep inside he wants to do it too. He licks the liquor off my body anyway. He grabs my waist as he slides his tongue from my cleavage and up to my neck until he reaches the lime sitting between my lips. It turns me on so much. I should do this more often. I'm definitely having the greatest time of my life. I didn't know how much fun I've been missing being a good girl all of these years. It's so nice to see some old friends and meet new people as well. This party is like a mini high school reunion, and it seems it was only yesterday when we were teenagers attending classes and having not a care in the world. I remember what Cameron told me about being entitled to feel what I want to. Right now, I feel like being a bad girl, and I'm definitely going to act on this impulse tonight. Bad girl Sapphire coming right up. This is going to be a wild and crazy night. Better get ready, Cameron. I take Cameron to the dance floor again. We cut a rug wildly, even grinding a lot against each other. I sometimes kiss him while we dance. Cameron's eyes never leave mine the whole time. It makes me feel so hot. Occasionally, I can feel Cameron's hand slapping my butt, and I love it. It turns me on even more, and I bet his manhood's rigid right now. I want to be wild and carefree tonight, and I'm hoping this will never end. Damn it. My system's full of liquor. I feel so hot and horny. I know if I stop moving, I'll feel dizzy and throw up. Being a bad girl feels so nice. I don't have to think about anything and anyone. All I want to do is drink, dance, kiss, and party all night. I turn around to face Cameron, and we gaze at each other's eyes. My eyes look down to his lips as I wrap my arms around his neck. We smile as we grind on each other. I close my eyes as I give him a peck on the lips. He kisses me back, and our innocent exchange turns lusty and steamy. Next thing I know is, we're kissing with abandon and without shame in front of a crowd. I feel his heart beating so fast against his chest. We're dancing that closely to each other. This guy's definitely attracted to me. We take a break from the dance floor and sit on a couch, eyes stuck to each other. I run my fingers through Cameron's hair as he caresses one of my thighs with his hand. This will surely be a night to remember. My eyes look down on Cameron's lips again. Damn, I'm thirsty. Cameron kisses me, and I kiss him back passionately. I put my hand on his cheek as he finds his way to my chest and cups my chest. I pause for a bit in surprise, and I look at him. Who cares anyway? Everyone is doing their own thing. Might as well do ours. I kiss him again, but this time I do it roughly. I slip my tongue inside Cameron's mouth and wrestle with his own. I can feel his grip on my waist getting tighter. It makes me moan when he gives my chest a soft massage. I pull him closer, wanting no distance between us. Screw me already. What are you waiting for?
Chapter 12. Cameron. I couldn't care less if we're making out in public right now. I feel like I'm being drawn toward her every minute. I don't just like her. She's the only woman I've ever loved. She kisses me even more passionately, and I give in to what she wants. Every sensual part of her is oozing with lust. I'm definitely going to screw her tonight. Sapphire? Yes, Cameron, she replies. Let's go somewhere else, I say, before pulling her up and bringing her to a guest room my friend would let me use. She kisses me non-stop on the way. As we enter the room, she touches my chest with one hand before bringing it down to my crotch. I'm aroused by everything she's doing, but I can't take advantage of what she's offering. Not right now. Not while she's vulnerable and acting out. She unbuckles my belt, but I stop her. Sapphire, I say while looking at her intently. You want to take it off yourself? She asks. No, I tell her. She continues attempting to undress me, but I still her hands to pull her up. I kiss her hands, forcing her to look up at me. What's wrong, Cameron? I thought you wanted it as much as I do, she questions in disappointment. Of course, I want it, Sapphire, but I can't, I tell her. Would she even understand why I'm saying no, in her state? She pulls her arms away from me. You're such a bummer. I better find somebody else who wants to have fun with me, she complains. I pull her into my arms. I'll do it with you, but not now, I say. But I want it now. You're being such a... I interrupt her. I'll be anything you want, but not now, Sapphire. You're heartbroken, and you're only doing this because you're confused, I say. She doesn't resist anymore. I can feel her breathing change from intense to calm. She doesn't say anything in response to my explanation. I'll gladly do it with you, when you're not drunk, when you're not heartbroken, and especially when you're not confused, I say as I kiss her nape. I feel her sob. I make her face me and see her eyes welling with tears. I wipe them away with my thumbs. Stop crying over that douche. I smile at her, but she's still sad. She's probably denying everything she's feeling right now. I can definitely see right through her. I wish I hadn't been a coward and had pursued her instead of letting her ex-fiancé meet and pursue her. I pull her toward the bed. What are you doing? She asks, puzzled. Just come here. I gesture toward the bed that's big enough to fit both of us. I thought you didn't want to do it, she states angrily, but I only laugh at her adorable expression. I won't, okay? I thought I was the dirty-minded one, but you're definitely naughtier, I say with a laugh. You're such a goof, she says as she lies beside me on the bed. Hey, remember those times you tried so hard to tutor me, but we ended up sleeping? Yeah, and you were really stubborn. It was so hard to tutor you. Come on, I'm not as smart as you, I say as I look at her. Yeah, I'm definitely smart, but look where you are now, she says with a smile at me. Her smile makes her even more beautiful. The more I get to see and talk to her, the greater my attraction and my feelings. This is probably why I got so scared before. I was a bully. Nobody. And my family didn't care what I was. They all thought I was good for nothing. Yeah, and to think I'm so rough around the edges, I say, half joking. She laughs. Well, that's what makes you you, Cameron. What? I say. Well, if you weren't who you are, you wouldn't be Cameron. You'd be somebody else, she teases. She may be joking around, but I feel comfort from what she said. Don't think too much about that prick cheating on you, I tell her. She looks at me. It's probably because I'm such a goody-two-shoes, she says dejectedly. No, he just doesn't deserve you. If I were your fiancé, I wouldn't cheat, I stutter. The biggest playboy in New York wouldn't cheat if I were his fiancé, she asks with a twinkle in her eye. I blush at her comment. Thank God the lights aren't on. Yeah, who would cheat on such an amazing woman? My ex-fiancé did, she says. He's a douche, and he doesn't deserve you, I say. I also felt like I didn't deserve her then. I still feel like I don't, but I wouldn't cheat. The only difference between me and her ex-fiancé is he already had Sapphire but still cheated on her, while I longed for her but never had the guts to try and woo her. This time, though, I'm definitely going to do everything to win her. She looks at me askance. Did she just figure out I have feelings for her? Why would he think that he doesn't deserve me? She asks. Why does it feel like she's not referring to her ex, but me? I answer her regardless. He's probably a douche and thinks you deserve better. So if he leaves, then you'd only think he's a jerk instead of figuring out how much better you deserve. Yeah, you know, I say uneasily. She's still considering me when she says, he shouldn't think that way. Everyone always thinks less of themselves than they really are. Who knows? They may be better than they think. Besides, if they truly love someone, I shouldn't be such a coward, she says, smiling. It really feels like she's referring to me. Or am I just imagining things? Am I drunk? Enough chit-chat, I'm getting sleepy, she rebukes sleepily. Want to cuddle instead? I offer with a smile. She laughs. Even though you're very rich and famous right now, I still think you're the same adorable goofball I knew from before, she says as she hugs me. She closes her eyes and I can see her face turn calm and relaxed. I think I'm falling more and more in love with her. I'm definitely not losing her this time.
Chapter 13. Sapphire. I haven't had this kind of sleep since Jason cheated on me. Ever since that night, I've been restless and stressed. I can't even think properly. Every time I remember what he did, I end up crying. But after getting drunk, going wild, and falling asleep in Cameron's arms, I've had the best, most peaceful sleep. I didn't expect him to act so protective of me. Doesn't he always play with girls? I admit I'm attracted to him, and having sex with him gives me comfort. He's familiar. He's accepting. He doesn't judge even though he knew me from before. Maybe because I know he's experienced. I figure he likely doesn't care who he sleeps with. But last night was different. We talked, and I feel like I've wronged him for some reason. I probably misjudged him. But when we were still close friends, I always thought he was kind of a dork. Is that his real self? Is the bad boy reputation only a facade? It confuses me how he seems so different one minute, then shifts into someone else the next. Take last night. He was so sweet and understanding, but all those years ago, he was the one who became cold and stopped communicating with me. Hey, Cameron says. What are you thinking about so seriously this early in the morning? He adds. Nothing. Just thinking of what lies ahead, I say. Stop thinking for a moment and come here, he says, pulling me in and cuddling me. You do know it's morning, Cameron? Somebody else might be awake, I tease, and he laughs. I just want to cuddle with my favorite girl. He winks at me. Your attempts are so obvious. What happened to the wild, confident guy I talked to last night? I joke. I'm still the same guy, Sapphire, he says, smiling. Stop thinking too much, he adds. We should go down and leave, I invite. Fine. He moves up and gives me a kiss on the lips. We stand and fix ourselves up, making sure to take all our things with us. Let's go, he says. When we arrive downstairs, the mess from last night is still evident. We also see that some of our friends are already awake. Carl interrupts. Here come our lovebirds. I blush at his comment. Why do I like hearing that? I brush off the thought. Stop teasing, guys. We're not in that kind of relationship, Cameron replies. Way to burst my bubble. I shouldn't have imagined that Cameron and I will become more than this. Yeah, it was just the alcohol talking, I add with a laugh. I catch Cameron's eye, and he's staring at me with disappointment. Wait, did I do something wrong? I'm feeling even more confused. He was the one who poo-pooed their wisecracks. I thought you're already official, Carl teases. What? We say simultaneously. Come on, everybody knew you had a thing for each other in high school. Another friend of ours chimes in. I blush at what I hear. I know I did have a thing for him, even back then, but I knew he didn't feel the same way. He may have been a bully, but during those times, he always had my back. He always protected me. I can only wonder what he'll do if he discovers that Jason cheated on me. Stop your wishful thinking, Sapphire. I don't see Cameron's reaction when they tease us, yet I'm so tempted to sneak a peek. I sit in front of the table while everyone else chit-chats. Cameron isn't here. Maybe he's busy doing something else. Hey, here's your food. Cameron comes in, gesturing at the plates he prepared for both of us. Wait, did he prepare me breakfast? Not even Jason did this for me. I feel so taken care of, and my heart is melting. I wonder, if he was my fiancé, would I be in the same boat? The others tease us again. Nice move, Cameron, Carl says, elbowing him jokingly. I smile and laugh at the comment, while Cameron blushes. Shut up, Carl, he says, his face flushed. Should I get you some coffee or water? Cameron whispers in my ear. His breath against my skin is really tempting me, and I'm doing my best to control my urges around him. I feel like a different person, a better one, when I'm with him. What's with all the whispering? Carl notices and gives a wink. Stop butting in our private conversation, Cameron says as he laughs. What about what happened last night? Was that also private? Another friend teases. Oh, God. Everybody has seen the way I was all over him. This is so embarrassing. I know I'm turning hot and flushed, not only at the realization of my behavior last night, but that I was doing it in public. Nothing happened. Stop teasing. You're making her feel uncomfortable, Cameron says. He's such a sweetheart, always looking out for me. I feel special, being protected by someone like him. He may look like a heartbreaker, but he's always been gentle toward me. He respects me and my choices, and I've never felt forced to do what he wants. I wonder how he even got a playboy reputation in the first place. It's not as if he's had so many girlfriends in high school, and he certainly acted differently toward me. Were all the rumors about him even true, or were they exaggerations? I wonder how it would be having the full attention of Cameron Davis, when even the little bit I have now makes my heart beat faster. Am I falling for him? That can't be. I just came out of a relationship. I can't be over Jason so quick, not if I really loved him, right? I'm probably just confused right now. I can't seem to figure him out. He's like a mystery needing to be solved and a problem waiting to be answered. My head is aching trying to figure him out. I should just focus on eating and take everything as it comes. Wait, did he just prepare me bacon and eggs? These were my favorites back in high school. He didn't forget. He's so considerate, and I feel like I've misread him. Am I really falling for Mr. Cameron Davis?
Chapter 14. Cameron, I wonder if she still likes the same food as before. Am I doing this right? I just want to show her how she deserves to be treated. I don't want to make the same mistake I did before. I don't want to be a coward. She's looking at me. Did I do something wrong? Thank you, she smiles as she whispers. Yes. Yes. She still likes them then. She finishes off her plate and I give her some water since she usually doesn't drink her coffee until later in the afternoon. Carl, we should probably go. I'll bring Sapphire home, I say as I bid farewell to our friends. Bring? Carl teasingly adds again. Take your mind off the gutter, Carl, I say. Good thing Sapphire just laughs it off. I open the door for her as I get into the driver's seat of her car. It's technically me driving you to your house, right? She asks teasingly. I laugh. Guilty. I'll pick up my car from your place. I already asked Taylor to leave my ride near there, I say. So despite me using your car, I'm still giving you a ride home, I add. Way to think ahead, she says with a laugh. I can feel she's getting over her emotional stress. She's been smiling since last night and I want it to stay that way. I don't want to ever see her cry again. I'll definitely make her smile for the rest of her life if she lets me. Sorry for Carl and the others, I say. It's okay, she smiles. We should hang out with them more, you know, I say. Only if you're there, she tells me. We're almost there, I say. Are you that in a hurry to get rid of me? She teases. No, actually, I want to spend more time with you, I say honestly. She goes quiet. I mean, if you want to, I add. Since when does Mr. Cameron want to spend time with girls after one night? She says, gently teasing. When it's with Miss Sapphire Finley, I say. The situation has turned awkward, but we've arrived at her place. She's about to leave her car, but I stop her. Sapphire, I like you. She stops and looks at me. What? She asks, her mouth open. She sits back down in the car and slowly closes the door. I mean, I've loved you since before, I admit nervously. She goes quiet for a minute, and I'm about to say something when she asks, Then why did you suddenly turn cold on me? I got scared, I admit with embarrassment. So, what you said last night? She pauses, thinking what to say next. You weren't referring to Jason at all, right? She says. I knew this reckoning was coming, but my answers are getting constricted at the back of my throat. Yes, I was scared back then. Everybody knew me as the bad guy, but then you came. You didn't look at me the same way as everybody else, I say. Cameron, I interrupt her as I continue to confess. I want to woo you, Sapphire, I add. Cameron, I just came from a sudden breakup, and I don't know what to feel right now, she says honestly. I'm sure she was quite shocked by my sudden confession, but she's handling it well. I feel like she half expected me to say something like this. Was I that obvious? Sapphire, I won't force you, of course. If you don't love me back right now, it's okay. But I don't want to be scared anymore, I say. I'm not asking for your permission either. I'm wooing you even if you reject me, I say. If it takes some time, so be it. But I'm not letting my fear stop me anymore. Okay, she says. Don't expect me to sleep with you because you said you'll woo me, she adds with a twinkle in her eye. I laugh at her remark. It breaks the ice and lightens the mood considerably. Be prepared to be assailed by my charm, Sapphire, I say. She laughs and finally goes inside her house. I want to make her feel special, and I don't want to treat her the way her ex-fiancé did. I want her to feel loved every day. I've texted her every day since I first confessed my feelings to her. We often have late-night talks and laughs with each other, but lately I have a lot of work to do and I can't seem to steal some time off to give her a call. The flowers I sent today should be good, but I want them to be more special. I wonder if she's received them by now. You're such a dork. Shouldn't I thank you for being so sweet, Cameron? You're such a dork is thanks enough for me. Her texts always make my day. I call her and she answers after a few rings. Hey, you called? She asks. She interrupts me and says, if you say you miss me, it's not going to work. She laughs. I laugh at her remark. Can't you just let me be sweet or romantic? I am, she says, then pauses. But your attempts are too obvious, she teases me. Were the flowers obvious? I tease back. She goes quiet. She probably doesn't know what to say. Whatever, Cameron, she says, flustered. Every time she's embarrassed, she gets unnerved, and I can imagine her blushing over my comment. I thought you were busy, she asks finally. I am, but I need some Sapphire time, I say. She laughs over the phone. Should I bring you some lunch? She asks. Lately, I feel like she's reciprocating my affection. She cares for me, but I don't want to expect anything. Lunch would be great, I say. Sir, you have an appointment for lunch. Remember... My assistant interrupts and I sigh. She laughs. You don't have to worry about it next time then? Yeah, definitely next time, I say. Don't forget to take a break, okay? She adds before ending the call. I'm definitely falling in love with Sapphire. I hope she's starting to feel the same way I do.
Chapter 15. Sapphire. Why do I feel comforted by Cameron? I'm so conflicted. I can't stop thinking about him. Or am I just reliving the past? I was attracted to him in high school, but I didn't see him in a romantic way, figuring that he wouldn't like a person like me. I considered him a friend and was hurt when he grew cold and distant toward me. What if he feels being with me will affect his reputation again? Will he go back on his word? I'm doing better now and I feel I've gotten over Jason. There's still a slight twinge when I remember his betrayal, but my heart doesn't feel broken any longer. If anything, all I feel is sadness at what could have been. But do I really like Cameron? Or am I taking advantage of him to cope with my broken engagement? I'm still confused. I want to see Cameron, but I'm not sure what my feelings for him are. He's been very patient and understanding with me. But how long will that last? Will I be enough for him? Or is he as much a playboy as his reputation suggests? He gave me flowers. I remember back in high school, every other guy gave me chocolates for Valentine's Day, and he was the only one who gave me roses. It's a sweet gesture, and totally him. He's really the sweetest guy I've ever known. I wonder if he's eaten. He tends to forget to eat whenever he's busy or occupied with something. After speaking with him briefly over the phone, I'm certain I have feelings for him, but I don't know if I want to get involved in something serious so soon. I wish he had pursued me earlier. I would have fallen for him. Everybody who judged him prematurely would be ashamed by the truth of how he really is. Is Miss Finley concerned about me? He asked triumphantly over the phone. I blush. Why does he always know how to fluster me? No, I'm just watching over a big baby who doesn't know how to take care of himself. I laugh and reply. That's what you call being concerned, Miss Finley, he says, laughter still in his voice. Whatever, Cameron. Go. Focus on your work now, I order. Yeah. I'll call you as soon as I'm done, he says. Is my heart getting soft? I feel like I'm getting swept off my feet. I was never treated by Jason this well. He left me to my own devices, and I did the same to him. He was always busy, probably Martha. My feelings didn't matter, only his did. I understood he needed to think of himself, but he never put me first, ever. Cameron is different. He looks rough around the edges, but deep inside, he's romantic. I really wish I'd re-met him sooner, before Jason. That way, I'd be free from all this baggage. I came from a fresh breakup. It would be unfair to Cameron if I say yes just because I want to let go of the past. I want to be sure of my feelings first, before I say yes to him. It's been 4 months, and Jason is gone from my heart and my mind. Kaput. I've always known there were different sides to Cameron. He's not perfect, but he always tries to do his best. He takes me places I've never been to. He prioritizes my needs, thinks about my well-being, and he's always there when I need him. He's the sweetest guy I know, and I wonder if he and my dad will get along. When I introduced Jason and my dad before, they weren't that compatible with each other. They only ended up arguing. Tonight, I'm bringing Cameron to meet my dad, and I hope everything goes well, better than before. Hey, what are you thinking? He asks. Nothing, just thinking about work, I say. Do I look good? He asks charismatically. It'd be weird if I say the richest bachelor in town is ugly, I tease, laughing. You're such a bully, he says. You look good, okay? I assure him. I'm just teasing, Finley, he says. Whatever, Cameron, let's go in, I tell him. This is the first time I've brought another guy with me to a family dinner since breaking things off with Jason. My dad greets us warmly as we both come in. Good evening, sir. Cameron extends his hand for my dad to shake. Who might this good-looking lad be? Dad says in reply, returning the handshake. He's I'm about to say when Cameron interrupts me. I'm Cameron Davis, sir. I'm pursuing your daughter if that's all right with you, he says in a disarmingly honest way. Since when did Cameron become so polite to his elders? I remember how much he used to mouth off to the teachers and even the vice principal, always getting in trouble for one reason or another. But I've misjudged him again. I give him a playful pat on his shoulder. I'm okay with it if my daughter is, Dad informs him frankly. Why is Dad so welcoming toward Cameron? If it was Jason, they would have been at each other's throat by now. Why don't we proceed to dinner? I made roasted chicken. I hope you like it, Cameron. Mom butts in. "I'd love to give it a taste, ma'am," he says with a smile. An hour or so later, I feel like I'm in the twilight zone, like I'm the one out of sync with my own family. Cameron sure knows how to blend in. He really is amazing in his own way. I can really see him becoming part of the family. Wait, did I just think that? Am I in love with Cameron Davis? Snap out of it, Sapphire. I need to figure out what I'm feeling. I can't keep him waiting any longer.
Chapter 16. Cameron. Her family is amazing. No wonder she's such a good girl. Her family loves her no matter what. If I had the same kind of family, would I have turned out better than I have? Her dad is approachable too. He's definitely loving and protective of her, and her mom is very sweet. "Mom, where are Ruby, Emerald, and Diamond?" Sapphire asks. "They couldn't come tonight. They're busy with previous engagements. But didn't you say you'd go to the mall with them tomorrow?" Her mom answers. "Oh yes, I'll text them." Sapphire serves me food while talking to her mom. "How about you let Cameron come with you tomorrow?" Mom offers. "He might be busy," I start to say, but Cameron butts in and says, "I'd love to. I'd love to meet your sisters. I bet they're precious gems," I joke, hoping it doesn't fall flat. "Whew." Her mom and dad laugh, and I'm happy they appreciate it. Even Sapphire giggles along, too. The next day, I wake up feeling refreshed despite not having slept that much. I'm looking forward to spending the day with Sapphire and her sisters. I'm inexplicably nervous and uncertain what to wear. I want to impress them, since they'll likely be more critical about things like my wardrobe and how I present myself. Taylor suggested going casual, so I decide to wear a white shirt paired with tight jeans. I hope this works. I should probably head out early and wait for them there. Right as I walk to my ride, a familiar silhouette draws near. It's Jason, the jerk who hurt Sapphire. Is he drunk? He smells like the bottom of a wine barrel. Oh, he seems out of it. Did he also take some kind of drugs? No doubt he knows I blacklisted him from the circle. His business will go bankrupt knowing he can't find partners to support his newly established business. He deserves it. "Hey, punk, I know what you did!" Jason shouts. "Shouldn't you call yourself that instead of me?" I say calmly. "You're the punk. You blacklisted me with every company that could help my business," he says drunkenly. "You deserve it. You played with Sapphire's heart, and you're a scumbag for cheating on her," I angrily reply. "This is enough. I need to get out of here." I'm already late meeting Sapphire. I attempt to get in my car when he suddenly says, "If you just wanted to screw Sapphire, you could have told me, and I'd have let you." "What did you say?" I say, closing the door again very deliberately as rage flares inside me. "Sapphire does anything I want, so if I ask her to sleep with you, she'd do it," Jason says arrogantly. "What the hell did Sapphire see in this a-hole?" "She's no good for you. She's too much of a goody two-shoes. She won't even let me screw her," Jason adds. I try to calm myself down. I can't prolong this encounter any longer. I have to meet Sapphire, and I need to get rid of this guy once and for all. "Aren't you pursuing her? You're both hot topics in the tabloids," he says again. "I don't have time to deal with this. I wonder what will happen if those headlines change to Jason and Sapphire back again," he adds. That's it. I see red, and the next thing I see is Jason with blood in his nose. "Keep away from her," I angrily warn him. "Did you just punch me?" Jason squirms at the sight of blood on his nose. He leaps on me and a punch lands on my face. Rage fills me and I no longer care what happens to him. My fury is full to overflowing. I punch him back, kneeing him in his stomach. He screams in pain and more people have gathered to watch the spectacle. My face is numb, but I know he's landed a couple of punches on my face. He may be drunk, but he still got in a few lucky punches. I kick him in the abdomen one last time, and while he's writhing on the ground, I call the guards up and report Jason for assault. I'm already late. It's been an hour. They take him out and I call Sapphire. I need to explain this to her. After the third ring, Sapphire answers. "Where are you?" She seems pissed off. Sorry, I'm still at home in my parking lot, I say. What? I interrupt her and explain. Jason came over. What? She repeats in a louder voice. I'm sorry, I was on my way, but Jason came over and started a fight, I say. Stay there, I'm coming, she says as she hangs up the phone. I messed up real bad. Is she angry with me? If only that guy hadn't come here. We were doing great without him. I know she loves me, but she's not ready for anything yet. I understand how she feels. It hasn't been long since her breakup, and they've been together for years. If only I wasn't such a coward, she wouldn't have gotten hurt. I would have taken care of her instead of letting that guy hurt her. Damn, my body hurts. I'm sitting by my doorstep waiting for Sapphire to show up. That jerk E hit me more times than I thought. Now that the adrenaline is wearing off, I'm feeling more pain from the punches. I'll definitely suffer for this the whole week. It's been a long time since I've been in a brawl. I've been involved in senseless fights during my younger days, but that was a long time ago. There she is. Wait, what's that car doing? Why isn't she stopping? That's reckless. She isn't even looking both ways before crossing the street. I stand up and start rushing to her. Sapphire's going to get hit. I need to warn her. She's so preoccupied she hasn't seen me yet. Screw this! Sapphire! I shout. She still doesn't hear me. Sapphire! Sapphire! I shout again, and she finally sees me. Go back! Go back! It's too late. I need to save her. I push her aside. The last thing I remember is pain before everything turns black. And I don't know what happened anymore.
Chapter 17. Sapphire. Was I wrong about Cameron? He promised he'd accompany me and my sisters, but he still isn't here. I hope he has a good reason for this. During our dates, he was never late. He was always either early or on time. He never gave me a reason to doubt him. I can't understand why he'd be this late meeting my sisters. Is he that nervous? But no, he's the one who suggested he join us. Thinking about this frustrates me. It pisses me off that my sisters are getting annoyed waiting for him. Sapphire, is Cameron not here yet? Emerald asks. Sorry, I'm still texting him. He hasn't responded yet. I explain. He must have a good reason why he's late, so don't worry about it, Ruby comments. Don't pressure her, Emerald, Diamond adds. Thinking about his promise makes me angry. Is he ghosting me like he did before? My own fears are coming true. He said he won't be intimidated this time, but right now, his non-appearance is giving me cause for concern. If he... Speak of the devil, he's calling. Where are you? I say angrily. Sorry, I'm still at home in my parking lot, he says. What the hell? He made us wait because he's still there? What? He interrupts me. Jason came over. What the hell? What did Jason do now? What? I say, my fury getting replaced by worry. I'm sorry, I was on my way, but Jason came over and started a fight. He sighs and breathes heavily. I can feel him gasp for air. Knowing his protectiveness, he would have leaped to my defense. Jason would have triggered him with something that involves me. Cameron clearly cares for me. He's talking to me, so I know he's in one piece, but I'm still worried about what happened. Stay there. I'm coming, I say as I hurriedly turn off my phone. Sorry, guys, can't stay. Something urgent happened. I'll tell you after I know everything, I say to my sisters. It's okay. Go deal with whatever it is, Ruby says, shooing me away. Minutes later, I drive off to Cameron's place hoping everything's fine. Him telling me he's been in a fight reminds me of high school. He always got into fights and made me worry about him even more. I'm finally here. I wonder where he is. Why can't my phone go? Where is he? Sapphire, a voice echoes. I look around. Where is he? Was that Cameron's voice? Sapphire! Sapphire! He shouts again. Oh, there he is. Why does he look worried? Did something happen again? Did Jason come back? I look at the road and see a car rushing to me. It's going to hit me at any moment. Why won't my legs move? Go back. Go back, Cameron shouts. I'm in shock and I can't make my legs move. Wait, is that Martha driving? Suddenly, a loud thud rings in my ears. Did I die? No, I'm on my butt on the side of the road. My heart beats fast as I remember Cameron rushing to me. No, it can't be. I open my eyes and see Cameron's lifeless body on the street with blood all over. No, Cameron, please don't. I can't lose him. I just can't. I don't want to lose him. I cry my heart out as I shout, "Help! Police! Help!" Other people come rushing over to help, a few of them calling 911 with their phones. My heart is breaking. I can't lose him. He's important to me. I love him for God's sake. I love him. I don't want to wait another day to say I love him. Cameron, please don't. Please don't leave me. Minutes later, and the ambulance arrives, I see them carry his lifeless body to a gurney and load him inside. Is anyone here his family? The medic asks. I'm his family, I say, raising my hand and walking forward. I definitely am. You can ride with us to the hospital, ma'am, the medic adds. I go inside the ambulance, and the smell of antiseptic assails my nose. Tears start to fall down my cheeks again as I watch the medics try to stabilize his condition. Sir, will he be all right? I ask. He's fine for now, ma'am, but we'll be checking him for other problems we may not see, the medic replies. I look at Cameron's face and get worried again. I wish I'd said yes to him sooner. I was so blind to think I'm confused with my feelings. I'm now sure about my feelings, Cameron, so please don't give up on me. I try to calm myself down and reach for my phone. My hands tremble, and the medic reassures me they'll do everything to help him no matter what. I dial my sister's number, and after 3 rings, Ruby answers. Hello, Ruby says in greeting. I sob as I hear my sister's voice, finally giving in to my emotions. Did he hurt you? I'm going to... I interrupt her. Cameron was hit by a car. He pushed me out of the way, and he got hit instead. He saved me. Tears fall again, and I can hear them talking over each other. Where are you right now? Diamond asks. We're heading to the hospital. They need to run more tests, I say. Oh my God, what happened? Emerald replies. Cameron got into a fight with Jason. That's why he was late. He wanted to explain to me personally, but when I got here, Martha drove her car straight toward me. But Cameron pushed me out of the way. He got hit instead, I say. They all gasp in unison. We'll go to the hospital. I'll tell Mom and Dad too. Be strong, Ruby says. How did I deserve such a man? He's willingly risked his life for mine. You said you don't deserve me, but right now, it feels like I'm the one who doesn't deserve you. God, help me, please. Don't let me lose Cameron. I can't lose him now knowing how much I love him. I'm definitely in love with you, Cameron Davis. Please let him wake up. Please save him.
Chapter 18, Cameron. The last thing I remember was me pushing Sapphire out of the way. What happened after that? My eyes are closed and I hurt everywhere. Am I at the hospital? I can smell the disinfectant permeating the air. Is Sapphire here? I struggle to open my eyes, only managing after a few minutes. Cameron! She cries when she sees me awake, giving me a tight hug. Cameron, She's about to continue when the doctor butts in, and I smile at the embarrassing situation. Doc, what's the diagnosis? Sapphire asks, straightening herself up to listen. So far, we've gone over your vitals and performed multiple tests. Thankfully, you only got a broken leg out of it, the doctor says. How come he wasn't breathing when he was brought here? Sapphire asks skeptically. Ma'am, it was likely due to impact, but rest assured no other problems were found, the doctor explains. Sapphire seems angry and worried about what happened to me. With your wife by your side, you'll be back on your feet before you know it, the doctor adds. She's not my wife, I say, blushing at the doctor's comment. I'm his girlfriend, Doc, Sapphire adds. Stunned into speechlessness by what she said, my mouth drops open in shock. Does this mean she's agreeing to be my girlfriend? I think I've crossed a line, sir. Get well soon. Your leg will heal after 2 months. You can go home soon, back in a week for checkup, the doctor says, and leaves soon after. So you... I interrupt her to say, what were you saying now? I wasn't saying anything, and... I butt in again. You were saying you're my girlfriend, I tease her. If you don't want me to be, I can always... I shut her up with a kiss, and she melts into my kiss. I love you, Sapphire, I say, as I look into her eyes. I love you too, Cameron Davis. Don't do that again, she says as tears fall from her eyes. We both smile as we finally admit our feelings for each other. The sensation that fills me makes me the happiest man alive right now. She smiles as she kisses me on the lips. I pull her in. So you're officially my girlfriend now? Yes, Mr. Davis. I am officially your girlfriend, she replies. How about some cuddles? I ask with a smile. Stop moving so much, Cameron. You need to rest up and get well, she scolds me, but gives me a kiss in consolation. I could get used to this. Later that night, her family comes to visit, and we all celebrate as we inform her parents we're officially a couple. Her parents welcome me like I'm already part of the family. Her sisters, too, accept me fully, despite me failing to meet them earlier. Sapphire takes care of me during my stay, but on my last day, Sapphire doesn't come. I'm disappointed, but she probably needs to rest. I plan to surprise her that I'm getting discharged today. I also have another surprise. I don't want to wait for years to make her my wife. I want to ask her sooner. I'd asked her parents earlier on if they could be involved in my plan to surprise and propose to her. Thankfully, they both agreed. Taylor brings me to her house as soon as I'm discharged. Her home already feels more like home than mine ever was. I walk in slowly and see Sapphire and her family talking at the dinner table. Her parents and sisters already see me, but I signal them not to make a fuss. I cover her eyes and don't say anything. Ruby, stop fooling around, she says. I'm not, Ruby replies. Whoever this is, stop it. I have to go to the hospital, so I don't have time to play these games, she warns. I guess you'll have more time now since I'm here, I whisper in her ear. She removes my hands from her eyes and hugs me tightly. Careful, I just got discharged, I say. Why didn't you tell me you're getting out today? She demands. Surprise? I smile at her. Goofball, she says. I have one more surprise for you, I say to her. Stop fooling around, my parents and sisters are here. They all laugh at her comment. Come on, trust me and close your eyes, I whisper in her ear. Fine, fine. I'm giving in. What's next? She asks with her eyes closed. Her parents already know what I'm planning, but her sisters clasp their hands over their mouths to stifle their reactions at my surprise. Come on, what's this all about? She asks. No peeking, I tell her. Ruby, Diamond, Emerald, anyone? Mom, Dad, can you say something? She asks anxiously. You can open your eyes now, I say. The moment she opens them, she sees me kneeling in front of her. I open the box I'm holding to show her the diamond ring I'd picked out for her. I can see Sapphire get teary-eyed from it. Sapphire, I can't wait another day, another week, another month. What more, another year to make you my wife? I want you to make me the happiest man in the world. I want to take care of you for the rest of my life, if you'll let me, I say. So will you do the honor of marrying... Again, she butts in and hugs me. Yes, yes, Cameron, I will. She squeals in delight. I wasn't finished talking. What if I say, will you be my caretaker? I tease. Everyone laughs, but Sapphire only pouts and says, will you put the ring on me, patient? I laugh at her remark. I'm just kidding, babe. I kiss her passionately to seal the deal. Her parents and sisters cheer in happiness as we officially become engaged. Her sisters take lots of pictures, and no doubt it'll be the hottest news by tonight. I can't wait to spend the rest of my life with her.
Chapter 19. Sapphire. It's been a nerve-wracking week. We've been preparing for our wedding, and it's been extremely stressful. Thank God Cameron has been with me all throughout. Finally, I'm marrying him. I still have goosebumps and last-minute anxieties, but I know what happened with Jason won't happen again. Cameron has been extra careful with me. Everybody might think he's a playboy, but he's the best man there is. My heart is beating fast. I'm wearing a veil over my face and the music is starting. I walk down the aisle slowly, remembering all the things that have happened. Everything Cameron has done for me, how he took care of me. He waited for me patiently and never forced me to do anything I didn't want to do. I can't wait to get married to this amazing man. The ceremony ends before we know it, and finally, we hear the words we've all been waiting for. "You may now kiss the bride," the priest says. Cameron lifts the veil and I can see him smiling now that I'm finally his. I'm so excited now that I'm finally Mrs. Davis. He caresses my face and kisses me passionately. The crowd cheers and cameras flicker as everyone takes pictures of our first kiss as man and wife. The crowd has calmed down by the time the event, transfers to the reception. Most of the people who attend are our closest friends and family. My mom and dad congratulate us, and we're both thankful for their heartfelt support. Cameron and I didn't expect his parents to come, but I know despite that, deep inside he's hurt by their absence. "Babe, I'll be your family from now on, okay?" I say sincerely. "I know you will." He smiles and he's back to his usual self. "Can't wait for tonight," he smirks. I laugh at his antics. "Me too, but we still have a long time to wait," I tease. "Why did we even plan this long reception?" He complains. I laugh and smile at him. "Stop frowning, Mr. Davis. We'll be there before you know it," I say. Yeah, and you better be ready, Mrs. Davis," he says, giving me a devilish smile. "Because I ain't stopping after one round," he adds. "You're such a naughty goofball," I say with a laugh. The reception takes longer than we thought, but thankfully it's over now. He brings me back to the suite we booked. As the door opens, I see rose petals scattered all over the floor. I smile at his romantic gesture. He kisses and sits me down at the edge of the bed. I caress his face as he tries to play with my tongue. I've also been waiting for this moment. I can't wait to make love to him. It's been a long time. If you want to know where this spicy scene is headed, you won't be able to hear it now due to this platform's guidelines and restrictions. But we want to make it up to you by offering the unabridged version of any Vixa audiobook, including this one, for 40% off. All you need to do is go to VixaVonRomance.com and use code VIXA40 at checkout. Are you enjoying the story so far? Let's get back into it.
I hope you're enjoying this audiobook by Vixa Von. If you want to keep hearing more audiobooks, then please hit that subscribe button and like the video. It may seem insignificant, but the more people that subscribe, the easier it is to produce more audiobooks in the future. So please help us out and subscribe to our channel. Thank you for listening, and now back to your book.
Chapter 20. Sapphire. "Babe, I've scheduled an anniversary trip for us," Cameron announces. "Really? That's great, babe. We haven't had time together since we've been so busy," I say. "Yeah, and you need a break." "How's my wife feeling right now?" he asks with concern. "I was dizzy for the past few days, but I'm fine now," I tell him. "Is that normal?" "Come, let's see a doctor and get you checked up," he says. "No, babe, I'm okay. I can't wait till our vacation. I've missed you." I kiss him in assurance. The trip took a while, but thank God we've arrived safely. We're in the Bahamas, and I'm telling you, the view makes me gasp for air. It would have been perfect to have our honeymoon in this lovely place, if not for some emergency in his company. He's the most thoughtful husband, and I can't ask for more. Babe, I'll take a shower, and we'll go take a stroll after, okay? He says as we check into our suite. Sure, babe. I'll unpack our stuff while I'm waiting, I say, and he kisses me before going in. My dizziness is getting worse each day. I haven't told Cameron, but I've been feeling sick for a while now. I didn't tell him because it will make him worry about me, and all his efforts to plan this vacation will be wasted. I have to make sure every minute of our stay here will be full of happiness and love. While getting our things ready, my sight turns dark, and the last thing I hear is, "Babe." When I open my eyes, I'm lying in a hospital bed with an IV connected to my arm. What the hell happened? A nurse comes in. "Excuse me, miss, do you know where my husband is?" I ask her politely. "He's taking a call outside, ma'am," she informs me. Did I black out? He must be so disappointed right now. Cameron walks in looking anxious. "Hey, why didn't you tell me you're not feeling well?" He gives me a hug and kisses me on the forehead. "I'm sorry. I want to cherish this holiday with you. It's been so long since we had time for each other," I say, tearing up. Why am I so emotional anyway? "It's okay. We can reschedule it for another time," he says with a worried look. "What did the doctor say?" I ask him. "The doctor hasn't said anything yet, but I called your parents and they're on their way here," he says. An hour later, my parents arrive. "What's wrong with her, Cameron?" Mom asks. "I still don't know, Mom. The doctor's still checking her results," he says. Everyone's quiet, wondering what's wrong with me. From the looks on their faces, I can tell they're worried sick about me. The doctor comes in, holding the results in his hand. "Good day, Doc. What's wrong with my wife?" Cameron asks worriedly. "She's dehydrated," the doctor says. "If she didn't black out, she'd have become even more dehydrated, and it would have become a matter of life and death." "I told you, you work too hard." Cameron scolds me. "And I'm referring you to a different doctor," the doctor adds. "Why, Doc?" my mom asks. "She needs to be monitored by a doctor specializing in her condition. She needs to be prescribed the right medications," the doctor replies. "What?" they simultaneously say. "What kind of doctor, Doc?" "Is my baby okay?" my parents ask in unison. "Are you saying I'm sick, Doc?" I ask the doctor with concern. He looks at all of us like we're crazy. "You're all acting funny. You're pregnant, Mrs. Davis. I thought you already knew." Cameron interrupts the doctor. "Pregnant? You're saying I'm going to be a father?" He almost strangles the doctor from excitement. I look at my tummy and can't imagine there's a growing baby inside me. The fruit of our love. I'm so happy. "Cameron, don't strangle the doctor." I laugh at him. "Yes, Mr. Davis. Congratulations." The doctor smiles as he fixes his coat. "I'll be going then." He bids us farewell, and Cameron yells in excitement. The three of them hug each other in happiness before Cameron comes over to give me a hug and kiss. "Babe, I'm gonna be a father," he says, caressing my tummy. Everyone laughs at Cameron's antics. Seeing him like this fills my heart with joy. I'm happy I'm able to give him the greatest gift. Not only my love, but a family of his own. I can't wait to see the three of us together. I'm due to give birth and my contractions are kicking in badly. "Cameron," I shout. "Cameron!" "What's—" He stops when he sees the puddle on the floor. My water has broken. The contractions are killing me, but I can't help but laugh when I see Cameron panic. He's running around our house grabbing the things we need to bring to the hospital. Minutes later, I'm being brought to the labor room. Cameron is beside me as I give birth to our baby boy. The pain a mother undergoes as she gives birth really has no comparison. The pain seems endless, but it disappears in a snap when I hear our baby cry. "We made it, Cameron. He's here," I announce, before falling asleep as the medicine takes effect. I wake up in a private room with Cameron sleeping beside me. I caress his hair and he jerks awake. "Oh, sorry, I woke you up," I say. "It's okay," he says. He gives me a kiss and tells me, "I named him Chase." What a perfect name. We argued a lot over what name we'll be giving him, and I'm glad he found the perfect one. "Why'd you name him Chase?" I ask. "Because he reminds me that chasing after you is all worth it. Now I have you for my wife, and we have a wonderful baby boy," he smiles. The nurse comes in with Chase in her arms. She hands me the baby and I cradle him carefully. His eyes are like Cameron's, bright and alert. He's perfect. I can't wait to spend an eternity with these two.